Best in podcast, the best in town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you wanna go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth, and we're No Damn Experts.
Today, I know you have something fun in store, and I'm just going to lead by saying I have always said there's great mining history in Great Falls.
You have. It's true. It was part of my interview process.
It was.
You asked about that.
And that's the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah.
So
Mine has not grown since my interview.
I am pretty
until now.
excited that we finally have almost an authoritative expert written documentation now on the mining history in our community.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear it.
Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so we have return guest Megan from the History Museum, newly acclaimed author, yay, joining us. Megan, before we get into that, I have to tell you, so Megan was part of the Feisty Woman of Great Falls project. She was interviewed on camera in the documentary. And in April, the documentary was shown at a film festival in Iowa, and I got to go be part of that screening. And I have to tell you,
it was top of the crop.
Top of the crop, which was the award for women and minority films, which was exciting and a aptly named award. But Megan, I have to tell you, there were a number of people there who came up to me and said how great it is to have the well-spoken historians in this community on part of that film. And you were a major part of that. So I just want to extend that from other filmmakers to you.
Thank you.
Yes, they were so impressed with the quality of historians that were part of that film, and you're a big part of that. So first off, thank you. You're getting acclaim in the film world as well. So good job for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And today, you didn't do it today, but we're talking today.
Great job.
Yeah. And writing a book called The Anaconda Copper Mining Company of Great Falls, which some might argue wasn't in Great Falls, but you're going to be the intelligent one on this. How long did it take you to write this book? What was the inspiration for it? And how many more books do you have in you to write?
Oh, boy. Okay. So the publishing company I went with is Arcadia, and they have a very lovely outline and setup and everything. You just kind of plug into their existing structure, which made this part, writing it and everything much easier. It took me about a year, which I know sounds like really short amount of time
for a book.
Yeah, for a book.
It seems like very short to write.
Yes. And we describe it as a book. It's part of a series. It's Images of America. And the idea of is this 125-page book has at least 250 photos in it.
Okay.
So keep in mind, it's more photos than anything
not like
else.
Full text pages for all of those. Yeah.
And
it's a familiar format. I think when people see an image of it, they'll recognize that because there's a number of historical books that are part of that series.
The style of the cover gives it away.
Yeah.
And, podcasts are such a visual element that people can see that. But you'll
You'll
notice
know.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fabulous. I have at least 2 images per page most of the time, and then about a paragraph explaining what's going on in the picture. So that's really nice. Let's see, what was the next question?
She did ask a 5-part question.
Let's see.
The inspiration for it, or why you chose that subject.
So this particular format and these types of books worked really well for this subject because what I had done originally is I made a deal with the History Museum. I am staff, but I asked if we could do this as a project. And what I did was I get my name on it, and in exchange for all the photos that we used, which are all from the museum, all of the proceeds from this book go directly to the museum.
Oh, wow.
I won't see a red cent of it.
Wow.
Which I am totally okay with.
That's a good deal for the History Museum.
Yeah. Well, photos cost money and things like that. But since I used only sources and images from the museum, it was totally in-house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. How many more books do you have left in you?
Well, let's see. I might do one more of these.
Okay.
And I've been thinking about, again, I got to talk to my boss and all that fun stuff. But we were talking about doing one on the 7th Ferrying Group, who was the original military group that came here and started the base and all of that stuff. I think there's a wider story to do there. There is one of these for Malmstrom already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, the 7th Ferrying Group and all of their story is really interesting with them doing the Lend-Lease planes, going to Russia, and all of that kind of stuff. So, and how they got here and all of that. So I think there's more to do there, and I think we have plenty of photos to do it. I'm also currently helping with a project with my mentor, Dr. Vernon Peterson, who used to teach at the University of Great Falls, went overseas and taught at the American University in Dubai, has recently retired.
Oh.
Yeah. And returned to Great Falls, where his lovely bride and his family are.
Oh.
And he is working on a book about the Communist Party of Montana.
Ooh. That'd be a good one.
Most people know the story of Plentywood, the Red Corner, that area. It doesn't include any of the Communist Party that was here in Great Falls, in Butte, in this area. So he's been doing that for, I've been helping him for the last decade.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is getting closer and closer to being done as well. And he has generously offered to let me be co-author.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
That's neat.
Yeah. That one will probably be through University of Nebraska Press rather than the sit-up, because photos are hard to find for this.
Yeah. The people in the
It's
underground
surprised-
Communist
not a
Party
surprise
weren't
they've
busy.
taking selfies everywhere they went.
No.
Hey, let's document this with a photo.
Yeah. And we were just talking off mic about how, it's not hard to know that the Anaconda Mining Company was here, but finding really the stories and history about it does become a little more challenging. So we're excited that you chose to dive into this, because it's a history that deserves to be known and told and understood more. Can you talk a little bit about that gap in information and why this was a good one subject to cover?
I mean, first of all, it's a huge part of Great Falls history. It was here for almost 100 years. And, besides, little things like business names and the people, it's been wiped from the map. I mean, it's completely gone. And like we were talking about before, Mike, there's only, in the Black Eagle history book, In the Shadow of the Big Stack, there's only about 5 pages that talk about the smelter being here. And then there's, the family histories of the Black Eagle area, the people that worked there and stuff. And then the only other book that's even about Anaconda is about the Anaconda Company at large in the entire state. And that was written in 1957. There's not been an update to it. Wow. There's not been anything else since then. And that's a much broader image of looking at, how the company was established, Daly's involvement, everybody's involvement in that and how it got there. This is kind of a scope lens of just looking at the smelter that was here and how it began, how it became part of the Anaconda Company, and its unfortunate demise at the end, and some things that have been done since then. It's a more complete history, and the very end of it is, I call it the long goodbye, which looks at, of course, the buildings being torn down, the company being closed, the stack, of course, being torn down. There's a nice sequence of photos of it falling down.
And I'm just going to denote this. If you really want to step back in time, they have it's like a photo you would get a long time ago when your parents were super proud of you, and you'd have a big picture in the center, and then around the big middle picture were little pictures of you growing up.
Yes.
So the one in the middle was like 12th grade,
Yeah.
and you could go through kindergarten in the small pictures surrounding the big center picture. They have that of the Anaconda stack at
Falling.
Borey's.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you can
Just watch
you
it.
can go see it, and I'm like, huh,
Turn that
That's
into
a-
like a flip book. Like
that's
you
a
see.
piece of history right there.
No
I mean,
kidding.
the frame and everything itself alone, just hanging inside Borey's. So that's kind of funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
There's the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people hold on to that as its current.
Real quick, Megan, you had mentioned Black Eagle. We've listeners will have heard that term, but can you just clarify
Yeah.
what Black Eagle is?
Yeah. So Black Eagle is the community that's just snug up against Great Falls here.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it was not
Another
Great Falls
town.
if you.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's the little suburb on the north side of the river, closest to where the Anaconda Company had been. And it was very tied to the Anaconda Company. A lot of people that work there live there. The community center that Black Eagle now has used to be the Anaconda Company center. And they also originally built the Hawthorne School. That was the elementary school over in Black Eagle. That came from land that Anaconda donated to put a school there.
Oh.
So they were pretty integral. And why I specifically called it the Anaconda Copper Mining Company of Great Falls is because when Anaconda took over the smelter, it was defined as the Great Falls Reduction Department.
Oh.
Like officially by the company. So there's all these little ties, and I'm not trying to take that mantle from Black Eagle. I'm not trying to say, no, you guys have nothing to do with this. It's, I when you're trying to name a book and make it self-explanatory in the title, because they don't give you a ton of, this is it.
Yeah. There's not a lot of real estate devoted to a title.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big on the picture on the front. But yeah, I wanted to make sure it was tied to us and not just the Anaconda Company.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
tell us the history of the Anaconda Company, Anaconda Copper Mining Company, that portion of it for us. You said that they purchased the smelter. Was the smelter operating beforehand?
yes. So in 1890.
We're going back further than I thought. Yeah.
Well, 100 years.
No, that's good. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
years.
true. Yeah.
So in 1890 is when the first smelter was built. It was called the Boston and Montana Consolidating Company.
Is that where we get like the Boston
Boston
Heights neighborhoods and
Yes.
stuff from? Aha.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where you're getting those the Boston Heights section. But yes, the Boston and Montana smelter. And they did originally start with copper smelting. And this is where we get all in those fun technical
Sciencey
things.
The
stuff.
sciencey things.
Yeah. So when copper is mined in Butte, it's in raw form. It's, the rocks.
Chunks.
Chunkies, yes. It would be shipped up here from Butte on the railroad, and it would be taken to this smelter. From there, it goes through crushers and all kinds of stuff, melted down, clean out all the other stuff, and then it becomes what is called anodes. They get melted down into an anode, which is a particular shape.
So like a bar of gold or copper or a tube.
Not even quite that far yet. So
Oh.
let
All
me
of us
see.
are really good scientists, clearly.
You guys are good. So I don't know if you can see this particularly clearly, but this shape here with like the horns on top, this is what's
with
called
horns.
an anode. Yeah, they're meant for hanging.
It's like a plate, a big,
big plate.
a hanging plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
a hanging
I
plate.
was thinking
like a rock kind of thing.
I was thinking like a small, cute little. Here's
Yeah.
the copper for you, and here's the.
Yeah.
It's a
a
big.
big old thing. Okay.
It looks like a thick sheet
Yeah.
of plated copper.
Yeah, I'm trying
Okay.
to remember.
Okay.
how-
Anode.
Anode.
Yeah, this is where we're getting into the
Okay.
technical terms.
Anode also sounds smaller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're big, chunky boys.
Okay.
So they get melted into anodes. Then you have to go through the refining process, which is what we're all more familiar with.
That's given me too much credit.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So what our smelter in particular was famous for was what's called the electrolytic process.
Mm.
So you take copper, you stick it in. This is going to sound really good. In a goo.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not water. It's got chemicals in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Goo, yeah.
you stick it in there and run electricity through it.
Oh.
Okay.
Some like Back to the Future stuff happening.
Yeah, kind of. But that electricity, and again, we're getting down into the nitty gritties here. So we all know kind of what protons, neutrons, and electrons are.
I remember those words.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't, Google them or ask your AI. They'll be able to give you a synopsis.
Yeah.
So they would make anodes, and then they have cathode sheets.
Oh.
Cathode sheets are made of the extremely pure copper, and the electricity would move the pure copper from the anodes over to the cathodes.
Okay.
And that would
Okay.
make sheets on there. And then when that process is done, the length of time it's supposed to be, they pull the cathodes out and strip off the sheets of good, tasty, new copper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
what
then-
happens to the other copper?
So the anodes that, don't go on
They're
those.
not top shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get taken, remelted down, new anode.
Oh, okay.
And then the process just continues cleaning out as much good copper as you can.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that the smelting?
That is the refining part.
Okay. Oh, right.
Have we gotten to smelting?
So
Smelting was making the anode.
smelting was taking the rock and making it into an anode.
Okay. And then anode into cathode.
Anode transfers to cathode. I have a lovely little.
Nailed it.
So this is something I found, and I
Did
was
you
like,
draw a diagram?
there was already a diagram.
Thank goodness.
I was like, please let there be a diagram.
Yeah.
So my burning
learned so
question
much.
is, are there anodes left from the Anaconda copper mining company at the History Museum that you have access to or not?
Not full size anodes.
Oh.
Those are more in the process part. So there's my cool little
There's the
diagram. I was so
diagram.
happy to have that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now that's a little bit older, so it shows you from the anode forward because
You've given me context to understand that graph a little more, though.
Yeah. So and here's the other thing is technically after in 1914 when the Anaconda smelter, the one in Anaconda
Mhm.
was built, our smelter was no longer a smelter.
Oh, okay.
It was a refinery.
Oh.
That's where we get into those technical things again. I'm like,
yeah, that is.
because
Okay.
they're not smelting, they're not crushing that rock and making
Yeah.
anodes anymore. They're only doing the electrolytic process to refine the copper to be purer.
Okay.
And we're going, and I'm not saying it's like a whole. It's an interesting process, but when the anodes come in, they're like 99.3% pure copper already.
Hmm.
They're 99.999 by the time they become cathodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So things
Wow.
are happening.
Yes, pure, super pure,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
cleaning out all that extra stuff.
Okay.
And they realized from a lot of that they get some other things out of that process. So,
Oh.
we know them as the copper and the zinc refineries, but they also did process things like, again, geranium,
Oh.
cadmium. They would ship stuff down to East Helena to the slag company, and that's where they clean out like excess gold and
Yeah.
things, like stuff that wasn't significant enough
Uh-huh.
to have a whole section here. But yeah, it's crazy. You can look and see like Anaconda was selling fertilizer and selling other
Huh.
things, and it's all from the processes.
Wow.
That makes sense.
How many employees did the Anaconda Copper Mining Company have? And where were their headquarters?
Okay. No, you're good. I'm just like, go through the brain.
Yeah.
Where was I reading what part? So by the time 1972 rolls around. They
Is
when
that
they
kind of the like heyday of it?
72 is when they got ready to start closing down the zinc plant.
Okay.
So it would have been the height of operations in 72? No?
I want to say really the height of operations was World War II.
No,
Ooh,
it's been a while. Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah. And then from there, stuff changes,
Yeah.
processes change.
OSHA came into an existence.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Changed some stuff for us all.
But the demand wasn't as high. I think at its peak, I'd say 600 people
Okay.
in Great Falls.
Yeah.
The head of Anaconda Company was in Butte, because that's where their mines are. That's Berkeley Pit and all of that.
Yeah.
That's Anaconda.
That's where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you know why they shipped it up here versus doing it in Butte?
That's a good question.
So the answer is water power.
Oh, got that
yeah.
mighty mo.
Yep, power was incredibly cheap. They couldn't do it cheaper than doing it here. And that especially for something that required so much electricity, the refining process, they were able to move, like I said, the smelting part to Anaconda because that's, fire and coal and things, not necessarily electricity, but this was the electricity driven part. And that's why Black Eagle Dam is where it is. It was originally providing power straight to the smelter itself. And that had been before Montana Power had come into existence, which Montana Power was a break off of Anaconda Company.
Oh, okay.
They're all the same guys, John D.
Yeah.
Ryan and those guys.
That good old boys club that we always hear about.
The ones that got the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really the reason is we had the electrical power here. They had Black Eagle Dam, 1910. They're building Rainbow Dam for providing power to the smelters.
Wow.
So, yeah. And actually, our dams were providing power down to Butte, too, along the rail line.
Because we could ship our power out. I don't know how we can do that, but we can. So, obviously, it was a better cost to ship the material to us than for us to ship the power to Butte, or the grid wasn't good enough to do that. I don't really care. I'm just glad we got what we got.
Yeah, right.
But there is that strong connection between Butte and Great Falls because of that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and they didn't want to build any more in Butte because they wanted to keep digging it all up.
Yeah. Nothing against our friends in Butte, but
Right.
if you've ever seen the diagram at the World Museum of Mining of the tunnels and trenches underneath that town, whew, I'm not sure you're ever on solid ground in Uptown Butte.
Yeah.
It is amazing history, and you should experience it
Yeah.
before or after coming to Great Falls for a few days.
That's
but
right. Yeah.
that's what I have to say about that.
So you said in 1972, that's when they stopped the zinc part. Is that what?
Yes.
Can you talk more
so,
about that?
Okay. So I'm like, hang on, words.
There's a lot of varying chapters of this.
Let's see. I think I'm trying to remember for sure if that's when
You can reference your own work if you'd like.
I was like, please, I don't have words. I think at that point, Arco had purchased it. Atlantic
Okay.
Richfield
Okay.
purchased the company.
Was it?
Purchased this arm or purchased all of Anaconda Company?
I think they purchased the entire Anaconda. Yes, they purchased the entire Anaconda company.
Ooh,
So originally
that
it
had
was.
to have been a lot of money.
Yeah. So originally it was Boston, Montana.
Bought by Anaconda.
Boston in Montana was bought by Amalgamated, which became Anaconda. They had, all the name changes.
Yep.
And then Anaconda became.
Atlantic, or was purchased
Arco.
by Arco.
And they were the last people to own it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, 600 jobs were lost in 1972. Yeah, because...
Was that the beginning of the end then?
Because 72 and the stack went down in
82.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's a short
In the scheme of
window.
yeah.
I would say roughly. Book. I'm like, hang on, I wrote all
It's
this
all
down.
in there. Yeah, you did all that research.
But it was a year.
Yeah.
A year. I don't remember things from yesterday.
I don't remember things this morning. Yeah.
So the biggest knockdown to what caused the downfall, I think, of the Anaconda smelter was the EPA changes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
The
that does make
70s, the
sense.
environmental stuff.
You can't be doing that in our water.
Right. Well, and it's still a super fun
site.
site today.
Yeah. There we go. So Arco bought it sometime around 76
Okay. So that was, yeah.
after they closed the zinc plant. But the pollution standards that came from the Clean Air Act of 1979.
Okay.
And that's when they said,
So it was more the air versus the water that was the issue?
yes, because
Oh, that's something.
we're talking about the EPA cleanup and the
Right.
Superfund site. As all part of that, for the mitigation, they just finished doing all the mitigation in the Black Eagle community, all the soil, their roofs, all of that stuff. They haven't even gotten to the actual smelter site yet to clean that up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it's all from the air in the stack
Mhm.
and what was blowing over into the communities.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Arco purchased the site, when they purchased Anaconda, it would have taken so with the new standards, it would have taken $400 million to bring the Anaconda smelter in Anaconda back up to standards.
In the town of Anaconda,
Yes.
Montana. Okay.
Because you need Anaconda, Montana smelter to make your anodes,
For us to make
Yes.
our cathodes.
and do all the processing. Well, guess what? They couldn't afford to do that.
Well, yeah.
Ah.
It's a lot of money. Mhm.
So, yeah.
What in the book kind of is the most, I don't know, interesting, or where you were like, oh my goodness, type of moments as you were going through this? Because I think everybody maybe thinks they have a general idea of the Anaconda copper situation, whether they were here or not. What does the book tell us about it that you are like, ooh, this is crazy?
I mean, as silly as it sounds, like just understanding the science. Because let me tell you, these guys, these people that were working in this company, the on the ground workers, they are unskilled labor. They're not going and getting science degrees and coming back and working. They're just load the heavy thing, unload the heavy thing, move this, make sure this keeps working, run electrical wire. And the fact that it all worked was crazy.
Yeah.
Just one of those kind of thoughts. Especially after looking at how the process works and all of that stuff. Fun fact, on YouTube, on the Montana Historical Society's YouTube page, you can look up 2 videos that Anaconda created in 1926
Really?
of the copper process and the zinc process.
Oh my gosh.
They're
Oh,
silent,
wow.
of
Yeah.
course, but you're seeing these guys doing the thing. It's got a little card that tells you what's going on, but they're fabulous to watch. And the equipment, I mean, it's the industrial era. This was industry happening. It's just really interesting. I couldn't have done this kind of job, and also like all the safety standards are terrifying.
Yeah. Or lack
They're not
thereof.
great.
Yeah.
So does the book cover from the beginning until the end?
Yes.
And then what other gems can we learn about within the book? Just because I always have an interest in like the people and who were they and are their families still here? Is that anything that's contained in there?
So, what I did specifically, this was one of the things that Arcadia asked for. every single person in this book is identified by name,
Holy
except
crap.
Yeah.
except for the 5 guys on the cover because I didn't have that picture. But everybody is locally named. I can
Wow.
tell you what their first and last names are.
Oh my
And
goodness.
in the back, I did put a list of our sources. You can come and check out those same sources at the History Museum.
Mhm.
So if you're like, well, I know about this. Do you have anything on this? You know, we've got those sources. I couldn't put everything in the book. I wish I
Right.
could have. But I think this is, I'm hoping this is a wonderful homage to the people that worked there and
Mhm.
the families that experienced it, and they can look at it and say, oh yeah, my dad did that. Look how cool that is. Or,
Mhm.
you know, this is what it used to look like. Because I broke it down. This was the hard part. I broke it down into 6 chapters.
Okay.
Okay.
I have In the Beginning, which covers the Boston and Montana era and how the smelter came to be and what they were doing at that point. I've got a whole section dedicated to the process of copper and the process of zinc. And then, of course, the rod and wire mill, what they did with the copper after and what they made, and a couple of other departments that were up there. I have a whole chapter on the company life and the people,
Oh.
because Anaconda did focus on family quite a bit.
Mm.
And like I said, the Black Eagle Community Center was the Anaconda Company clubhouse. They gave that. The golf course that's over there was the
Yeah.
Anaconda Company's, and they donated it to the city. They had these amenities. As often as we talk about big business and, you know, crushing the little guys kind of a thing, they really tried to make life nice for their employees.
That's
Huh.
neat to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Company picnic days.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of another video, there's another fabulous video if you type in Anaconda Company 1939, 1940. Somebody posted they used to do first aid competitions between different departments.
Oh.
Oh.
And there's video in color of the company and the buildings and everything, which was really nice to see, especially with color. And it was fun for me because I have a photo of one section and there's an umbrella in that section. And then I watched that video. I'm like, it's the same umbrella.
Oh, nice.
And then seeing all the buildings,
Yeah.
I am sadly not old enough to have seen the stack or any of the Anaconda Company myself. And I feel bad about that.
You feel bad you weren't alive yet.
Yeah, I'm like,
Sorry, I wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
yeah. But all of the buildings at the end, they did what do you call it? An assessment for sale of all the buildings when the company
okay.
closed and stuff.
Yeah.
We have all of that at the museum
Ooh,
too.
Interesting.
But the color photos, I was looking at it and they're all painted this yellow, and I like to call it smoker yellow.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's an ugly yellow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But all the buildings are painted all the same like that, and I'm like,
Oh.
and they were like that in the 40s too.
I was going to say, is that like a 70s thing? Like, I feel like that color's a.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
the last chapter is The Long Goodbye, which is everything closing, the stack coming down. And then I tried to give a little bit of hope at the end. Because once you see the stack down, I was able to work with our collections curator, and she took photos of objects in our collections. So you can see objects that were left behind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Things you'll recognize from photos that are in earlier, which was kind of fun because during all this I was like, oh, I can put more information for this.
Yeah.
I do talk about the smelter houses because people always ask what happened to those. Just remnants of what had been there, and talk a little bit about what's been happening to, like the EPA cleanup we talked about. There's been in the documentary that the Big Sky National
Yeah.
Heritage Area did.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right.
Just all that kind of stuff. And the pieces that we still pick up today, seeing things like they used to give out these little complimentary tools
Oh.
just as a little sample thing. Hey, thanks for visiting the smelter or
A
whatever.
complimentary tool.
Yeah. And they come in all these different little shapes and colors.
Nice.
But
And so those are all things you have in the archives. Yeah.
yeah, but people still pick these up at, little stores and stuff like that.
Okay.
Wow.
the picture that you are showing in the book
Mhm.
raises a question because that is the Electric City Speedway.
Yes, it is.
Why is that in?
Don't you see the lovely stack over
Stack
there?
in the
Yeah, I
background.
do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just the stack as a.
It's this page in particular is the reminder of how the Anaconda Company still,
Mm.
it was in everyday
It
existence,
was in
even
the
if you weren't
skyline
thinking
all
about
over.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I've got it here. I've got Giant Springs over here with
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
one.
you can see it popping up over there.
Yeah.
This is just a cool
Interesting.
picture.
It is a cool
It is.
picture.
Well, because those are the kind of cars that we think are vintage and antique
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that are just racing around on the Electric City Speedway track.
We just had, by the time yours comes out, this would have been a couple episodes ago, but Jeremy, the new owner of the Electric City Speedway on. So it's top of mind. We were just talking about the
Yeah.
Speedway recently.
Yeah, we got really lucky. Somebody had brought us those, and just it in the background of everywhere you looked.
Yeah.
And it was hard to narrow down even those photos.
Yeah.
But that one was really cool. So.
Yeah.
How
it
many
wa-
different buildings were there that housed the operations of the Anaconda Company
Oh boy.
in Great Falls, in Black Eagle?
I'd say at least 100. I'd have to.
Oh.
I never counted on the map.
Yeah.
Because
Because you were saying wiring department,
mhm.
so they
So-
were doing a lot of different
Yeah.
things.
So the
with the
product
zinc
that
and
they're
the
make-
geranium,
Yeah.
Germania.
Because I was like,
Germanium.
geranium's a flower.
germanium.
And what are you saying?
Germanium.
Germanium versus
um,
geranium.
Like take
two
uranium, but
different
put the word German in front of it.
Mm.
Geranium.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I'm still
for.
thinking about the flowers.
Yeah.
I'm looking for to see if I have an aerial photo that might
Oh.
be helpful.
So how many buildings associated with that time are still
Standing.
up today?
Oh, good question.
None.
The community center?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
The community
questioning-
center.
yeah.
I think there's a
The
little.
barn.
Is that barn
Yeah,
that
the
they're
Montana
trying
and
to
Boston
save?
barn that they're trying to save. I wish they. I love the barn. I wish they had tried 40 years earlier.
Yep. This is going down another rabbit
Right.
hole, but
Yes,
yes, agreed.
but yes. I think that's literally it.
And there's what is interesting is this history has popped up in little itty bitty kernels, like in the River's Edge Trail history or the River's Edge Trail walking tour brochure has some components of that history there, but nothing in its entirety talking about
Yeah.
all the things that were going on there. I
Mhm.
didn't know there was all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Me either.
I knew there was rail cars. I knew
Yeah.
there was a smokestack.
Yeah. I know about the stack.
I knew about a barn, but only because
Yeah.
it still exists.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't know why they had a barn. I'm assuming something to do with horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the horse barn to start
Ah,
with, and then they
okay.
used it as a fire department kind of, and
Mm.
then vehicle storage.
Hmm.
This is kind of a photo of part of it anyway. And this is just showing the operations here. And again, it's not the best image, I'm sorry.
No, but it's an aerial image you're showing. What page is this in the book?
107.
On 107 is the aerial
Ooh.
view. Okay.
Yeah, and then if you come down and visit the museum, I have
Mhm.
big maps with
Ooh.
labels and everything, so
Nice.
it shows a lot more.
Is there an exhibit connected to anything in this book at the History Museum right now?
Right now, no.
Okay.
We do change exhibits. We did do a documentary on the smelter as well back in 2014. It was Under the Big Stack. I think Montana PBS still runs it once in a while. And we had a huge exhibit at that point. Yeah, this is the hard part. Is there's so much history in Great Falls. It's
Mhm.
like,
yeah.
oh, we
Gotta
gotta change
rotate
the
it out. Yeah.
exhibits.
Yep. But there's also also have the archive
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all of that, like the vault,
Mhm.
that if people want to explore more of any
Yeah.
of that history.
Yeah, whether you want to see photos or stuff or just ask questions,
Mhm.
it's all available all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll rotate down back around to putting up another exhibit, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this aerial's not the best, but all of this down here in this area is involved in the copper refining process. But it's also where, like, the offices are, the boiler office, the repair guys, all of that kind of stuff is down here as well. When you come up here in this middle area here, that is where the wire mill is, and they would make copper wire, cables, all that fun stuff.
There's a Wire Mill Road, isn't there?
Yep, that's why.
Look at these things that are piecing together in my brain.
All full of history.
And then, let's see, up here is the zinc refining plant, which similar idea to copper, but requires some more sludge.
Okay.
And all the other things that were there.
And the land that this all encompassed, in modern terms, is it from like the Anaconda golf course east? Or is it further down, like from the dam east?
Well,
And is it all north of the river?
so it's all north of the river. And
Was the stack north of the river?
yes.
I always pictured it on the other side of the river.
Like where the Voyager Stadium is?
Yeah.
No, it's like across
Hold that
where
thought.
it's just nothing over there because it's a super fun site.
Well, look at that. Learning something new every day.
Look at that. Yeah.
I didn't think it was at Voyager Stadium.
Right.
I thought it
But
was like
that-
across
like that
the
side.
road
Right.
from
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. Because that's all fenced off, right? Like you can't
Yeah.
go on any of that property.
You can still walk along sections of it.
Okay.
So, sorry. I am bringing up
no,
Google Maps.
No, you're good. You're good. I just oh, yeah, you got it.
Okay.
So we're pulling up. We're looking at Black Eagle area north of the river.
So, basically, here's the community center.
Okay.
All of this
Mm-hmm.
and all of this, basically from here over, is where Anaconda owned.
Okay.
Because,
So where modern day golf course is in
Yep.
the east. Yep.
yep, there's
And
this.
so if you took that road, and this is where we're getting real technical, the road you turn off of to go into the Black Eagle Community Center,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of got that U shape.
Yep.
So if you take all of that and just,
just
go east,
Yeah,
that's everything
that.
that was encompassed.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the
That
company,
is a lot.
It's a lot of land.
area.
yeah, it was quite extensive. I mean, I know from like that photo it wasn't as much, but I mean, the outline of all of it is still. If you look on Google Maps, you can
Yeah.
follow all of it.
Which is interesting because there's comparatively nothing
Mhm.
there now. Why was everything torn down?
Oh yeah. Why wasn't it
Like the
repurposed?
homes or the buildings? Like,
Well,
There
is
were
it
still
all
humans.
is it all EPA related?
part of it is, some of it wasn't, as far as I understand. So, 1980, company shuts down. Then they start negotiating and saying, we got to do. So all the smelter buildings that, had been part of the process, that made sense. It would have been part of the EPA cleanup.
Okay.
They did sell off the smelter houses, the houses that had been there that were company owned, and those moved several different places.
Okay. So
Um,
those weren't demolished, they were just moved. Okay.
They were sold. There were, I think, originally 19 of them. That sounds right in my head. There's originally 19. They sold like 8 of them. So only
Okay.
8 survived. Then the rest were torn down.
Huh.
Are the 8 anywhere in Great Falls?
Our dear friend Rich Ecke has one of them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Huh.
Not going to share his address.
Yeah.
Which is good, but guess what?
You know where he lives.
Yeah.
Rich, I'm coming
Ah.
for a visit. I want that
Is there a part? Could
Oh,
you say
okay.
what part of town?
Also, let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
The smelter houses, were they houses people lived in? Like,
So
or were they like forts that kids played in? Like, I'm trying to get size.
yeah. So the smelter houses were built for management.
Okay.
So, like, you're the head of this department, cool, you can live in a house. You're the head of this department, you can live in a
So
house.
kind of like what Northwestern has, like at the dam, like out at Ryan Dam. There's like homes built for
Mm-hmm.
that live there, like the managers that live
Yeah.
there. Okay.
And yeah, if a new manager took over and somebody retired, they moved out and the new manager could move in. They
Huh.
did at one time have a boarding house for people that they could come and live there.
Like a dorm kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But most people lived over in Black Eagle or Great
Mhm.
Falls. Let's see here.
So, does Rich live in the house, or is
Yes.
it? Oh, okay.
So they bought the house, they had it moved.
Huh.
They had a foundation laid and then put the house on top of it.
Oh, that is the neatest piece of history, I think.
What part of town is it in?
How far did it have to be?
Lower north side.
Okay.
So the other
Mhm.
end of
15 homes, 9 were purchased.
Okay.
that is cool, and I
That
don't
is
know why
interesting.
Rich isn't giving.
He used to do
Tours.
tours
Huh.
when they did the North Side residential district tours and
Yeah.
stuff, because his is the only one in that area.
Okay.
3 of the houses were purchased by Neighborhood Housing Services,
Oh,
and they were placed on lots on the south side, but I don't know where. One was purchased for a ranch in Dutton. Another went out just east of Fairfield, and another went to a ranch northwest of Carter. The last 3 were moved, and they went to Vaughan, Manchester, and then our friend at the lower north side of Great Falls.
huh.
They went all over. Also, that
They were dirt cheap.
okay. I
Well,
was
I
like,
would-
it had to have been to make it worth moving a home to a ranch.
Well, that's when you still had
But they
Scotty
were-
Zion and his house moving company.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever watched the TV show Texas Flip and Move, those
I have not.
it is brilliant what they do with that kind of stuff.
Did all of these homes look the same?
They were pretty the same.
Okay.
I've got a couple of sample photos in here because I'm not going to show 15 house photos.
Right.
But remember that smoker yellow we were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that color.
Oh. Is
Wow.
Rich's house?
It's
still
not that color
okay.
anymore.
So I'm gonna find this house.
I think we need to now just have Rich on the podcast to
Yeah.
talk about living in a smelter house.
Yeah.
Like,
This is
was it
what
a
they-
conscious decision?
Yes, he purposely bought the house, and him and his wife
Okay.
moved it there.
Wow. I was picturing shacks, like
Yeah. No, those are
in Bonner,
large homes.
right in front of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They're
the-
House
cute,
theater.
but small. Yeah.
That's what I was picturing.
Like
Oh,
row houses, yeah.
those are for the low-end
Those-
workers. These are for the management.
well, that's what I
Wow.
was thinking. Like, you're talking a manager's house. That's
right.
like a big deal.
That's
Mhm.
nice. So they bought. Did Rich purchase it when it was being moved, or he's since moved in? Since he was the one.
He
that
was the one that
responsible
purchased
for,
it.
Wow. Yeah, we should talk to him.
He also has a cool little PowerPoint. In fact, if you want to cheat a little bit,
Yes.
Rich and I spoke at the Montana State Historical Conference, and he talked about that.
Yeah.
How cool.
I think it was 2024 or 5.
Okay.
But he and I got paired up. He was talking about the smelter in his house, and I was talking about breweries.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to go hand in hand.
It just
Wow.
worked out good. But it was the last time it was here in Great Falls.
Okay.
Huh.
I think that was 2024.
Yeah. 2
Well,
years ago, I
this
think.
is
yeah.
this is a gem I would have never
Yeah.
expected that the one of the,
The
houses,
houses.
still exists
Right.
Oh,
here.
And
Yeah.
State Historical Society
Yeah.
puts all their videos on their YouTube for
Yeah.
all of the conferences. So you can look
Oh,
at
you
his
can go see
PowerPoint
it.
and listen to him talk about it.
Ah,
That's why
perfect.
that was the point.
There.
Sorry.
So
connected
Okay.
those dots
I'm
completely.
gonna make a note so I can link that.
Did
Um,
any of the other buildings get repurposed?
They tried to sell, so Pacific Hide and Steel, that we know today as Steel, etc., tried to sell some of the buildings, but they're big warehouse buildings. Nobody was interested at the time, which is a shame.
And then, as a connection to that, because it was part of cleanup, it's not like they could just sell off that portion to a new company to move in and operate out of. Oh,
Yeah, no, it just, like I said, that whole area is anywhere that was considered not safe is cut off, and then they're gonna have to
clean it.
start the cleanup some point.
It's interesting to me that like half-ish of the homes were deemed fine and the others weren't.
They just weren't sold.
Oh, okay. It's not that they
You gotta
weren't.
think. This
Okay.
was 80,
This was 80, yes.
80-ish. I don't think anyone in the 80s was really ready to go, yeah, I'm going to buy this cheap house, figure out how to move it, figure
Right.
out how to get it. Like, that would have been a big endeavor today. I
Absolutely.
can't imagine trying to make it happen in the 80s on the precipice of a major industry
Right.
ceasing to exist
Right.
in our community,
Yeah.
no matter how cheap it was.
Yeah. Very true. And that's
But still a lost opportunity, Great Falls.
100%.
Good Lord.
I'm glad a few still exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have seen the manager's house for the old silver smelter.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'll find a picture of that for you sometime. That's a
Ooh.
different smelter and a different
Okay.
topic, but man, that house was cool.
I just
So
love
much
the old
character. I know, they have
buildings.
so much character.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of our community still remembers or talks about watching the stack fall and the significance of that, and just it still runs so deep in our community. And really, it was not that long ago, right, when it came down. I imagine there's maybe a few people that were like agreeing with EPA things and like, yeah, it's ruining our air and things. But overall, the sentiment is that it was a huge loss for our community. Can you talk about a little bit, maybe what you uncovered that part? Yeah.
I'm just going to add on
Yeah.
to that. I mean, this was a lot of powerful men back in the day. What happened that I'm just going to say, didn't have some back alley dealings to be able to thwart the efforts of EPA as well? Because we're talking about Marcus Daly.
Yeah.
He was in Congress back
Yeah.
east. Like, these are powerful people.
Yeah.
The problem is that Anaconda was a Montana company for a long time, and they did spread out and became national. I mean, they had mines down in Chile and things like that. But Arco, coming from the East Coast and being very tapped into the political scheme of things, and with the wave of, well, I say wave of popularity, but the idea of environmentalism coming in the 70s, they couldn't fight it. I mean, and the fact that the money was so ridiculous for fixing it too is when everything comes down to it, the almighty dollar is the winner.
And that was a lot of almighty dollars. To
Yeah,
overcome.
400 million.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Right.
Then.
That's an insane amount. Yeah, but it has this big. I feel like that was a lot of modern Great Falls thinks of that as kind of the. Oh my gosh, is this the silver manager's house? That's a mansion.
That's one of the offices.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah.
That was an office?
Yeah, I got to get the photo for of the actual manager's house for you.
Yeah. Look at that, just the size, but like the character of that.
I know they're
building.
beautiful Victorian
Yes.
houses.
Where was that?
Silver Smelter used to be over by Giant Springs. If you ever go
Really?
along the River's Edge Trail,
Yeah.
okay, you got Giant Springs and the
There
Fish,
was
Wildlife,
that-
and Parks.
There was that tour of the smelters
Mm-hmm.
that they did on bird scooters a while back. That doesn't exist anymore. Bird
Yeah.
scooters.
Yeah.
But that there's a pile of bricks in a kind of cylindrical shape.
Oh, yeah. On the,
Yeah, that's the first the silver smelter stack that they blew up.
Oh,
We have a terrible history of blowing up stacks.
huh.
And can we blame EPA for that one too?
No, that was just that was 1930.
Okay.
Let's just make the blanket statement that we agree that clean air and clean water is a good thing.
Oh, it's part of why we love living in Montana.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't think, but when it takes that piece of your history and basically turns it into rubble is really an interesting piece of history.
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
benefit is we don't have a lot of those mesothelioma commercials
That's true.
for all of our
Yeah.
sick people.
I mean, I do love some clean air and getting rid of that, right? But it is interesting because there's a lot of people, I think those were like the glory days or the one of the eras of Great Falls where Great Falls was really pumping and moving, right?
Yeah.
Industrially. And there's so many people that are like when the smelter came down, when the stack came down, that was
You look
the
at
end
some
of
of the history of like the shirt factory fires in the back east and how much life was actually lost because of bad regulations. I don't know that part of our history, but there we go.
Yeah, and these were good paying jobs.
Yeah.
They fed people, they took care of things. It provided a necessary service that the United States consumed. Yeah, and I understand, industry issues and EPA cleanup and things like that, but it's like, could they have not just consolidated or figured something out or, take time to fix something rather than just wipe out an entire industry?
Yeah.
Is there a person in the book that reoccurs in multiple portions? Like a main character?
Not for this.
And I only say that because it's a picture book. So you always, like this person is in 15 of these pictures, that type of thing.
Not necessarily. I tried to focus on as many people as possible. I didn't be like, this is the guy in charge of this department. This is the guy. I wanted to get a lot of the on the ground boots workers. Although I did get to learn a lot about some of them, and it was really kind of fun. But yeah, no, nobody shows up multiple times as far as I remember.
I'm interested to get the book and then go to the Black Eagle Community Center where they still have the pictures of the people from the. I find that absolutely the coolest. And I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to look for this person from Megan's book on the wall. And for anyone who wants a little bit of modern history, going to the Black Eagle Community Center, open to the public. They've got a great little bowling alley in the VFW that serves super cold beer and beautiful views out the back deck. You can walk the halls of what used to be part of the Anaconda Company. So
the process, this is a historian question. You were talking about how you had to identify part of the big part of this book was identifying all the people in the picture. How do you do that? Like, I know this is the cover. I'm holding the postcard,
and then you can't get
and you don't know them. But how do you do facial recognition technique? Like, how do you do that?
So again, I have fabulous resources at the History Museum. It was a big combination of. Well, a little bit of luck, honestly. Anaconda was very good at a period of time of promoting themselves. Okay. So there's a whole section in the 40s where they were running their own newsletter and then their own newspaper.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, so-and-so's doing this in the photo. So-and-so's doing this in the photo. And they actually walked through the zinc process and the copper process, which was great because it's a lot of the same photos for me. And then... luckily, the community has been extremely generous in donating their photos and identifying their people, which is so helpful. And then we also have a couple of scrapbooks that had been Doug Wicks's, but they also belonged to a gentleman before they had gotten to Doug Wicks. And they were put together and they identified all the people. I mean, it's really fabulous.
That's helpful.
This could not have been done without the great documenting of the community itself.
Well, our friend Willie, who's a hiker in the area, shout out friend Willie Sloan. He was telling us that he got to see, he never met his dad. I think I'm recalling this story correctly. He never got to meet his dad, but at the History Museum, they had his dad's signature in some book where he got to see his dad's signature, and then he had pictures of his dad, obviously, because he was at the Anaconda Company as an employee. So those are you're so true. Like these people still exist because the families still exist.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, without the families and without people identifying and giving us donations, we wouldn't be able to preserve this history and take care of these things to be able to have them available again for the next generations. That's really what I wanted to do with this is, again, if you're of my generation, you weren't born when the stack was taken down. And as we go down the line, nobody knows what you're talking about. I mean, it's gone. How do I visualize this grand industrial complex,
Yeah.
and it's just a hill.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really hard
It's
for
really
us.
hard to
Mhm.
see. That's where like virtual reality would be great.
Yeah.
Like to be able to take your
Like
phone
a tour
and
of that.
put it up there and have the buildings pop up so you
Mhm.
Be
can see what
really
it looked
neat.
like.
Yeah. It's your
So
next
let's
project,
make that
Megan.
happen.
Yeah.
Someone.
I
I don't
did-
know who makes that happen, but
I'd seen a fabulous display over in Europe, and they have like a piece of glass, and it's got the drawing outline of the full building, and it lines up with the ruins of a building.
Oh,
It's really cool,
cool.
but that doesn't work quite as well when there's nothing
There's
there.
no ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was there in the year you were putting this together moments of frustration? Were there big times where you're like, yeah, this isn't going to happen, I'm walking away?
Huh.
If so, what were those things that caused you to cuss and throw your hands up and take a break?
Once I got through the first draft, I had to walk away from it. I mean, there was so much trying to keep it straight in my head. Just because it's like, I know this sounds terrible. I don't remember dates particularly well.
Yeah.
Dates are hard, but I can remember events and I can remember what order they happen in for the most part. So numbers were getting to me and things
Ooh.
like that. And I'm like, oh, I just don't want to look at this. And then getting more perspective. And again, as I was doing this, I'm a historian, not a chemist or a metallurgist or whatever the specific name for metal science is. I had to learn the whole way through.
Yeah.
So making changes, making sure that the photos match up with what they're supposed to be, not looking like an idiot. Because these, as much as I really love this, I wish they were peer reviewed. And I have to give a special shout out to our executive director, Connie Constan, and my mentor, Dr. Vernon Peterson. They were kind enough to read my chapters before I sent them in.
That's handy to have that.
Oh, yeah. And just so that I made sure, oh, yeah, this isn't talking in a circle. And especially pulling from different sources, you're like, did this say the same thing as this? Make sure you're matching up the stories so stuff
Yeah.
isn't coming out funny. But yeah, it Arcadia makes it incredibly easy for you to put a book together. They are wonderful. They do all kinds of local history books. Not only there's a Great Falls one, there's a Cascade County one, there's a Nyhart one. Speaking of mining history,
Whole different set of mining history.
Yeah.
It's big here.
I would love to do that sometime.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really fun to do like a mining driving tour that takes you through Belt, Monarch, Nyhart, Sand Coulee, and Stockett.
Oh, yeah.
Although maybe they need to be two separate ones. I don't know. Just depends on what we focus on. But they just make it nice and easy. I think there's a pretty good flow to it. And the people there were very helpful. I'm just glad that they were willing to put up with my questions.
Well, and we're glad you put all of this information together.
Yeah. Where is the book available at? I have to assume the History Museum here in town, or the Cascade County Historical Society.
Yeah. So we have it. Barnes Noble in town has it. Cassiopeia has it. And I did put some feelers out to a couple of other places, but those are the three I can confirm for sure.
Perfect. Those are the big hitters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if people want a signed copy, do those exist, or do they have to schedule an appointment and pay their fee to get that?
I signed all the ones at the museum, so you
Nice.
can just pick it up. If you want it inscribed, just come down and see me.
Nice.
Let's see. I will be speaking at the Great Falls Public Library on June 11th,
That's
Thursday.
So bring your $20 donation for that inscription.
I will.
That's a lie.
I'll do it for
Maybe
free.
it's more.
You're not going to be able to read my signature anyway. So, I'm also going to be speaking at the History Museum on our second Saturday in July 11th. And then
Did you say June 11th and July 11th?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was like, wait a minute, I did.
Did?
And I have, I am speaking in Butte on
Nice.
the 13th and the 14th at the Great Falls, at the Butte Public Library.
Nice.
And then just to dig myself a deeper hole, I'm speaking at the School of Mines on Minor Day.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Are you nervous?
I'm going to show them lots of pretty pictures and hope they don't ask me technical questions because they're going to know way more than I am.
That's great.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
congratulations.
Thank you for writing a book.
A touring lecturer now.
Oh, gosh.
That is just fun to have someone who's still committed to telling the stories and
Yeah.
sharing the history of our area. And I'm going to step in right behind you and give a call to Butte and see what we can finally start get going with this idea of there's some
Shared.
connection between us to do some tourism connected to that.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know
would
what
be
it's gonna
really cool.
Yeah. I've wanted to do this for years, almost 11, I'm going to say. And it's time to make it happen.
And while we're at it, chat with Avery, Central Montana Tourism, and get some mining
Yeah.
road trips planned.
And Southwest
drives.
Montana. I
Yeah.
mean, we've got some options here.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Megan.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Anytime you want to come talk about anything, doors open.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll shut it behind you and then we can talk. So, folks, now's your time to plan a trip for June 11th or July 11th here in Great Falls to get to know more about the Anaconda Copper Mining Company of Great Falls. Hear it from the people who've studied it and know everything about the science behind it. And then
Don't promise.
and then get the book and relive that history and then live it on the River's Edge
see it.
Trail over at the Anaconda Hills Golf Course at the Black Eagle Community Center. Many options to still see this history living today. So thank you. And thank you for listening. It's just been great to have you for the last however many years, 7 years, 6 years. It's been a lot of years. And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful face in our fine city, we do hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. See you soon.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.